Hey guys, it's Annie. I'm making this video for a couple of reasons, many of which are pertaining to Standing Rock and what's going on there with the Water is Life movement. I do want to say that I would ask that you watch this video in its entirety. I have no idea how long it's going to be. I just know that I just came back from an event in downtown DC, a No DAPL event that was really beautiful and really moving and and I've been involved now in I would say 4 or 5 marches, direct actions, panel discussions, a number of other things pertaining to Standing Rock and the human rights abuses and violations that are going on in North Dakota, related to the Dakota Access Pipeline. Every time I've come out of one of those events, I've had this intensified urgency, greater than the last time that I came out of one of those events, and I feel like I have to share something with you, which is that there are far too few of my friends that I see demonstrating an interest in Standing Rock, and I am concerned about that. And so because I'm concerned about that, I want to talk about it. And the reason it's concerning to me is because as I've gotten to be a part of this movement, and as I've gotten to learn more about what's going on with the camp there, the Sacred Stone Camp, Standing Rock camps, as I've learned about the treaty violations, as I've learned about the history of how the Dakota Access Pipeline came to be, I have grown to really love this movement and to see it as something profound and unique, and something that I think every person in my life who is socially aware, every person in my life who pursues social justice in theory, in practice, in practicality, all of you need to be involved. And I say that because this movement is an incredible movement led by Indigenous people, specifically Indigenous youth and women. And it is about so much more than a fight for territorial rights to land. In fact, that's one of the least things that it is. There is a profound misconception that Native peoples want their land back, and they want people to go away from their land, and that isn't what they want at all, and that isn't what this movement is about. There's also a profound lack of awareness about the real root issues here, and those are pertaining to the preservation of the single water source to the Sioux Rock Nation, and so much more than that, though. It's a fight for environmental justice. It's a fight for recognition of Native peoples. It's a fight for honoring Native sovereignty. It's a fight for the future. It's a fight for the health of water supplies that supply water to 18 million people. And the people that are there on the front lines in Standing Rock are suffering incredible human rights and civil rights violations, really, really profound atrocities, and I can't even speak about it without crying, because what those people are going through is horrifying, and they are doing that for us. You don't have to live in North Dakota to reap the benefits of the incredible gift that those people are giving us in putting literally their bodies on the line for our climate, for the land, for our water, for our natural resources. And whether you live in North Dakota or whether you live in New Zealand, you do personally benefit from the actions of the water protectors and those on the front line, and I include allies in that as well, though this is an Indigenous-led movement, and the actions thus far are largely we largely have to thank indigenous peoples for those actions, and they certainly are the ones at the front line suffering the violence. I think that we all have to come to terms with the fact that many of us grew up in rural America. I certainly grew up in Central Virginia, where our history books taught us incomplete truths and at times concrete lies about Native people. And it is up to us to reclaim that education. It is up to us to deconstruct those pre-existing ideas that we have about Native people, about any other kind of person, because I can guarantee you what you learned in your civics book in 5th grade about the Indians is in no way an accurate reflection of indigenous people, of first language speakers, of American Indians, and of Native lives. And I feel like in the last month I've had an incredible crash course on the beauty that is the Native spirit, and I say that knowing that I'm risking fetishizing or romanticizing, or I don't know, I in no way mean to commodify Native spirit, but as I have spent time around elders and tribal leaders and councilmen and Native peoples here in DC, I have realized this profound energy and profound spirituality and connection to the earth, to not only water but to soil and to the sun, and they are truly occupying an incredible space in which they have many times worked to rebuild their connection to Mother Earth. And today at the rally I was at, one of the speakers made an incredible point, and he said, we are all indigenous. We have all been colonized. We have had our connection to our Mother Earth separated intentionally. We've had our connection to one another severed intentionally at the hands of a hungry corporate state and in the name of profit. And I know there are a lot of people on my Facebook that think I'm a crazy, bleeding heart liberal hippie. I've been called so many things post-election. Many people have said many things to me, both in support of and in conflict with my values, my statements, my beliefs, what have you. Regardless of all of that, though, I firmly believe that the indigenous people leading this Water is Life movement are changing the world, and I believe that this is our one true opportunity to reclaim our climate, and I'm overwhelmed with the severity and the significance and the urgency of this movement. I need you to be involved. We need you to be involved. The people at Standing Rock need you to be involved, and you don't have to travel to North Dakota, although I genuinely want to do that and hope to do that in the next 2 months. So please reach out to me if you're interested in doing that. And I've had a couple of folks reach out to me to offer to sponsor a portion of my trip or to help pay for supplies, and I can't even thank you enough for that gratitude. But I really, really want to urge every person in my life that is dear to me, that is socially aware, to pay attention to what's happening at Standing Rock. It is the ultimate confluence of so many social justice concepts and values that we hold dear. There are women and youth leading this movement. There is connection to the environment and to the climate. There is a systematic environmental injustice happening. There is warfare against unarmed people. There is racial injustice happening. Standing Rock is so much more than a movement to reroute a pipeline around the Mississippi River so that it doesn't infect a water supply, providing water to 18 million people. It at its core, perhaps we could boil it down to that, but it is about so much more, and I don't want anyone near and dear to me in my life to miss this opportunity, because it is in many ways the opportunity we have been waiting for. And I truly believe, I truly believe that the opportunity we have in joining the people at Standing Rock, whether that's from your local community or from Sacred Stone Camp in North Dakota, I truly believe this is a moment in time, and the urgency about that, and the hope that I feel about that, and the fear that I have that ultimately the good people won't win out. I'm so overwhelmed with thoughts and feelings, and I would encourage you to please reach out to me. Please reach out to anyone in your life who is getting involved in Standing Rock. Please, if you would like to talk to elders, I can put you in touch with them. I've had the good fortune of going to a number of events now and kind of know who's who and whose names to provide to you to link you up with someone who can tell you more about Standing Rock than I can. But most significantly, I think that as an ally to Indigenous people and as a sister to people suffering some of the consequences of these same systems of injustice and inequality that we see repeated throughout history, I feel it is absolutely necessary that we are in solidarity with what's going on at Standing Rock, and we owe them a tremendous thanks for what they are doing for us, because it truly is a sacrifice. It truly is a gift, and I'm only just now beginning to feel the weight of that, and to feel the heaviness of my gratitude. And I pray in my own way, in my own confused spiritual way, that the people that I love in my life can see the significance and the urgency here, and be involved. And if I can help lead you to being more involved, if I can help provide you with information about what's going on and why this is important to us and why this moment in time is so significant to us, please let me know, and I'll do the best that I can. Yeah, I think I could talk about this forever, but I think that it's very critical that we all tune in, not only to bear witness to the incredible violence that prayerful, peaceful, powerful people are suffering senselessly, unnecessarily. I think it is incredibly important that we bear witness to that suffering and that violence and that sacrifice. But I think it is equally important that we tune in and understand the ways to which we can be involved, and the significance of our involvement, and what it means to really show up in a moment like this, what it means to really be involved in an opportunity like this. I really believe that Standing Rock and this movement, this Water is Life movement, will change the world, and I want you to be a part of that with me. So thanks for listening. I love you guys. Please call me, text me, message me, email me, Facebook message me, whatever, if you'd like to be involved, or if you'd like more information. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great night.